There are 7 things RV factories are counting on you never seeing, because every one of them is hidden behind a wall panel and a nice piece of wallpaper. Today you're going to see all 7, because I'm standing inside a rig we've stripped to the bones, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what your money buys once the cabinets stop covering for it. 25 years inspecting these things. Better than 4,000 rigs, and the wall never lies to me, even when the brochure does. 7 secrets, counting down to the one that costs the factory almost nothing to fix, and costs you the most because they don't. Nobody pays me, not the dealers, not the factories. Grab a flashlight, we're going in. Number 7, that smooth fiberglass exterior you knocked on at the dealer lot. Go ahead, it sounds solid, doesn't it? Here's what you're actually knocking on. A sheet of Phylon, fiberglass skin, about as thick as a credit card, glued over the wall like a sticker. Or, on cheaper rigs, corrugated aluminum you can flex with your thumb. It's not structure. It's paint that comes on a roll. The wall's strength, whatever there is of it, lives in the framing behind it. The skin's only real job is shedding water and looking good in photographs, and it does one of those jobs forever, and the other one until the glue underneath gets wet. Why hide it? Because a thick shell is what buyers imagine when they hear the word fiberglass, and imagination is free. The verdict here is simple. Stop judging walls from the outside. That's what the outside is for. Number 6, the insulation. The brochure said all season. The sticker had a snowflake on it. Look in this open wall with me. Blocks of white foam board, cut loose, dropped between the studs, with gaps you can pass a screwdriver through. Air moves through those gaps, and every aluminum stud runs straight from your warm inside wall to the cold outside skin, a thermal bridge, a little highway for heat. On a cold morning, you can see the studs from inside some rigs, striped in condensation, the wall drawing you a map of its own framing. What it costs you. Propane and electric bills? Sure. But the quiet cost is that condensation, because moisture inside a wall doesn't need a leak to start trouble. And we'll get to what it finds in there in a few minutes. The verdict. A snowflake on a sticker is marketing. An insulation gap is physics. Physics wins every February. Number 5, and this one explains every repair bill that ever made you sit down. Look at how the wiring runs through this wall. Stapled straight to the studs, no conduit, threaded through the framing before the skin went on. Plumbing, same story, sealed in during assembly. The factory built this rig from the inside out, layer over layer, and that means there is no door back in. Fixing a $10 wire means demolition. That's why a leak repair quote reads like a rebuild quote. It is one. The shop isn't robbing you, the design is. When a wall has to come apart to reach anything inside it, the labor is the price, and the labor is enormous. The verdict. These rigs weren't designed to be repaired. They were designed to be assembled once, fast, and that speed becomes your bill on the day anything inside needs a human hand. Number 4, how long do you think this wall took to build? Not the rig, this one wall. Minutes. On a production line, a sidewall gets framed, foam dropped in, skin glued on, run through a press, stapled and hung on a chassis moving down the line. Because the entire economics of this industry runs on units per day. Some plants turn out a finished travel trailer in well under a single shift. And you can read the hurry right here in the wood. Staples that miss the stud, glue squeezed out and never wiped, framing an inch off its mark with nothing corrected because the panel was already covering it by lunch. I want to be fair. Speed doesn't automatically mean failure. A well-designed assembly can go together fast. But speed means nobody caught the miss. Quality control at that pace is a glance. And the wallpaper forgives everything for exactly as long as the warranty lasts. The verdict. You're not paying for craftsmanship. You're paying for throughput. The sooner you price a rig with that in mind, the better you'll negotiate. 3 left. And this is where it stops being about comfort and starts being about money. Because the last 3 secrets are the actual reasons rigs die. The roof strategy that's really just a tube of caulk, the $3 sheet of wood your entire investment is resting on, and at number 1, the few $100 fix the factories already know about, already buy for their premium lines. And quietly leave out of yours, Keep that flashlight up. Number 3, climb up top with me, mentally anyway. That roof is a rubber membrane about as thick as a mouse pad rolled out and glued down. Every hole cut through it, vent, antenna, air conditioner, skylight, is sealed with a bead of self-leveling caulk. That bead is the entire water strategy. Not a welded seam, not a molded cap, caulk, and caulk is a consumable. Sun cooks it, freeze cracks it, and it begins dying the day the rig rolls into sunlight. The factories know this, which is why the fine print tells you to inspect the seals a couple times a year, quietly moving the roof's engineering into your chore list. Miss a season or two, and waters inside the assembly you now know can't be opened without demolition. What it cost you: a tube of sealant and an afternoon if you're on schedule. Several grand in wall and ceiling work if you're not, and most people are not, because nobody at the dealership looked them in the eye and said the roof is your part-time job now. The verdict: you're not buying a sealed roof, you're inheriting a subscription. Number 2, come look at this panel, because this is the one that totals rigs. Behind the skin, the backing that most laminated walls, most floors, and most roof decks are built around is Luan. Thin tropical plywood, a few millimeters of it, cost the factory a few dollars a sheet. Dry, it's fine, light and smooth. Wet, it comes apart like a graham cracker in coffee. The plies separate, it swells, it crumbles, and because it's glued into a sandwich, when the Luan quits, the whole wall quits with it. That's delamination. Those bubbles you see rippling down the sidewall of a 5-year-old rig on the used lot, and there's no medicine for it. The sandwich doesn't come apart to be fixed, the wall gets replaced, or the rig gets scrapped. So put the whole picture together now. A roof that runs on caulk, a wall that can't be opened, insulation gaps, breathing moisture, all of it wrapped around a material that dissolves. Every secret on this list feeds this one: what it costs you. Wall rebuilds start around 8 grand and go past 15, on trailers that cost 30 new. That's why water damage doesn't mean repair in this industry. It usually means total. The verdict: your rig is worth exactly as much as its cheapest layer. And this is the cheapest layer. Number 1, and after everything you just saw, this is the part that should genuinely bother you. The rot-proof version of that backing exists. Composite substrate, a synthetic panel, no wood fibers, nothing in it that can rot. Soak it for a month, it doesn't care. And this isn't some exotic aerospace material, it's a catalog item the industry already uses. Some manufacturers build with it today, and if you watched my trust list, you already met one. The difference in cost to the factory on a rig you're paying tens of thousands for is in the neighborhood of a few $100s. They skip it anyway on line after line, badge after badge. And I'll stay inside what I can prove, so I won't tell you what anyone intended, I'll just tell you what the record shows. The material exists, the failure pattern is documented all over the complaint boards, and the spec sheets choose the wood. When the fix costs the factory a rounding error and the failure costs you the whole rig, that spec sheet is telling you exactly who the wall was built to protect. The verdict, and it's the biggest one on this channel so far. The question isn't whether your wall could have been built rot-proof. It's why the brand you're looking at decided it wouldn't be. Ask the dealer what the substrate is. Watch his face. That face is your inspection report. So now you've seen behind the wallpaper, a cosmetic skin, theater insulation, sealed-in plumbing, a wall built in minutes, a roof that runs on caulk, all resting on $3 of wood that dissolves, while the rot-proof fix sits in a catalog for the price of a nice dinner for 2. The floor plan sells the RV, what's behind the walls decides whether you regret it, and now you know exactly what's back there. Next time we follow the money the rest of the way up, because those badges on the dealer lot, most of them answer to just 2 companies, and once you see that map, you'll never shop the same way again. If you want a specific brand's walls on this bench, tell me below, I read all of it. I'm Ray, check the walls before you sign.